Hello, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we'll be talking about one of the most fascinating and beloved animals. Cats are among the fastest, strongest, and most formidable creatures in their environment. They establish territories and assert dominance over others. So, why do animals with such characteristics choose to live with us humans? If you think cats coexist with you, we must tell you, no, it's not like that. An animal with one of the fastest reaction times on the planet, strolling in front of you with charm and playfulness, is more like a friend teasing and captivating you. As humans, we tend to care for others when we receive attention or service from them. However, evidence suggests that we have actually been serving cats for nearly 9,000 years. Some believe this close relationship is influenced by a fungus or parasite, while others think it began as a simple symbiotic relationship. The story of human and cat friendship. There are two accounts of how this unique bond between humans and cats began. In the first narration, humans and cats mutually benefited from their coexistence and gradually established a friendly relationship over time. However, the second narrative is more imaginative and eerie and arouses curiosity and even a little fear. First narrative. At the beginning of the New Stone Age, humans were learning to farm and shape nature to their advantage. With agriculture came surplus production, more than they could immediately consume. They stored this extra grain in large pits and silos. However, these reserves attracted significant numbers of rodents and threatened their hard-earned resources. Fortunately, the rodents' natural predators, cats, were not far behind. Establishing a bond was mutually beneficial for both cats and farmers. Cats were fed by hunting rodents, while farmers' grain stores were protected. This practical partnership laid the foundation for a lasting friendship. This mutually beneficial relationship was so impactful that cats began to migrate alongside Neolithic farmers, traveling from Anatolia to Europe and eventually to the Mediterranean. Rats were considered a significant threat, even at sea. They devoured the sailors' food supplies and damaged ropes, causing serious problems aboard ships. This is why cats evolved from ordinary companions to essential allies on sea voyages. Their value extended beyond the seas. They could ward off poisonous snakes, catch birds, and hunt mice on land. Because of these remarkable abilities, cats held a significant place in Egyptian religious culture. They were honored in wall paintings, sculptures, and even eternal tombs, often mummified alongside their owners as a mark of reverence. During the Roman Empire, ships traveling between India and Egypt carried the Central Asian wildcat. Centuries later, in the Middle Ages, Egyptian cats found their way onto Viking ships, traveling to the Baltic Sea. From there, it is likely that wildcats native to North Africa or the Middle East were domesticated and continued their journey across Europe, further spreading their influence. The second story. The second account of human-cat friendship is far more unusual and unsettling. It begins with humans observing peculiar behaviors caused by fungi and parasites. These observations started with the phenomenon of the moving dead, such as a cockroach under the control of a fungus continuing to move even after being infected. This discovery eventually led scientists to ant colonies, where a type of fungus, commonly known as the zombie ant fungus, takes over an ant's body to spread its spores and infect the entire colony. Later, humans uncovered a similar phenomenon involving a parasite called Toxoplasma gondii, which primarily targets mice. The parasite manipulates the behavior of infected mice, making them unusually attracted to the scent of cat urine. This attraction leads the unsuspecting mouse to approach a cat, where it becomes easy prey. The parasite needs the cat's body to complete its life cycle. Toxoplasma gondii is often transmitted to humans through undercooked meat or contact with cat feces. Studies have shown that more than one-third of the global population may be infected. Some researchers theorize that tens of thousands of years ago, this parasite might have influenced humans similarly to how it affects mice, potentially making early humans more prone to interactions with wild cats. Experiments revealed that people infected with Toxoplasma gondii are more attracted to the smell of urea in cat urine. When the same tests were conducted on chimpanzees, the results were strikingly similar. This has led some to speculate that the first contact between humans and cats wasn't a matter of choice but rather manipulation by a parasite. According to this perspective, humans might have initially been prey to cats, much like infected mice are. Now that we've shared both stories, which one do you think is more likely to be true? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Here's an interesting question. How did wild cats become domesticated? An American archaeologist, Dr. Melinda Zeter, explained 3 methods of domestication in her 2005 article: the hunting path, the directed path, and the coexistence path. The hunting path involved humans hunting wild animals, both for sustenance and to demonstrate their strength. However, this method wasn't enough for humans, so they moved to the next path, the directed path. This approach involved taking control of entire herds. As a result, animals like cows and goats were domesticated. Humans protected them from wolves and wild cats, but they could never fully control them. Over time, humans realized they could utilize animals to make their lives easier. This is how horses, camels, and donkeys were domesticated for transportation. And this brings us to the next path, the path of coexistence. In this way, wild animals were drawn to human settlements due to the availability of food. They don't approach people directly, but instead, they fed on garbage and pests like rats. After a while, people noticed that cats hunted mice and drove away snakes. On top of that, they were incredibly cute, and this is how the interaction between cats and humans began. If you've enjoyed this video, please support us by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Your engagement helps us reach more people. Thank you for being part of our community. To gain more accurate insights, we need to examine fossils from different eras. Scientists conducted an isotopic analysis on a 5,600-year-old cat fossil found in northwestern China. This type of research is used across various fields, including geology, chemistry, biology, and even archaeology. When scientists performed an isotopic analysis on the body of a cat, they discovered a significant amount of millet in its system. Millet seeds were the main food source for villagers at that time. The analysis revealed that cats were likely hunting the mice that attacked the millet stores. In another fossil, the data showed that the cat's diet consisted of more millet than meat. This suggests that either the cat stole food or the villagers provided it for them. The story of Chinese fascination with cats is quite detailed. They believe that a cat statue brings good luck. Today's domestic cats are related to a type of wild cat known as Felis sylvestris. This species has 5 subspecies. Genetic studies have shown that one of these subspecies, the African wildcat, is the primary ancestor of all modern domestic cats. How did scientists determine that this type of cat is the ancestor of domestic cats? The answer is that the African wildcat closely resembles domestic cats, slightly larger and wilder. But more importantly, they still inhabit North Africa and Southwest Asia and have a similar striped coat. Furthermore, we know that the ancestors of domestic cats originally lived in Africa and Southwest Asia. The oldest fossil that provides evidence of human-cat coexistence was found in Cyprus, dating back 9,500 years. Cyprus is an island located about 70 kilometers from the nearest land, and since cats do not typically swim in water, they must have traveled there with humans. This suggests that our coexistence with cats may be even older than 9,500 years, though there is no direct evidence to confirm this. It's possible that this bond began thousands of years earlier. Another piece of evidence for human-cat coexistence is a cat fossil believed to be from 3,500 years ago in Egypt. At that time, humans were fully at the service of cats, as shown by evidence of healed fractures in the bones of cats. This suggests that these cats were under the care of humans. Domestication has led to changes in the appearance and behavior of cats, but these changes are much less significant compared to other domesticated animals. Early domestic cats underwent changes in their color and coat, with new patterns and colors such as black, orange, and white emerging. These changes were relatively new and were primarily due to the emergence of recessive genes. However, domestic cats displayed fewer behavioral changes than dogs. Dogs were bred for specific tasks and in various ways, which led to more noticeable behavioral differences. Because cats are not bred for specific tasks or labor, they still retain many characteristics similar to their wild ancestors, especially in terms of hunting, feeding, and mating. Over time, as civilizations expanded, Domestic cats spread and gained a prominent position among humans. What was the status of cats in different cultures? In many cultures, cats were both protectors and destroyers. The place where cats were most popular was ancient Egypt. Cats were so respected in ancient Egypt that even harming one of them could be a death sentence. The government has dedicated a section to protect cats. In Egyptian mythology, cats were divine symbols, such as the goddess Sekhmet, whose body resembled a woman and whose head resembled a lion and symbolized destruction and healing. On the one hand, he brought war, and on the other hand, he was a good healer. However, the goddess Bastet, often depicted as a cat, was more of a symbol of fertility, music, and dance, and was known for bringing warmth and security. In many cultures, cats embodied both charm and fear. During the Christian era, however, they became more closely associated with magic and the supernatural. In the 13th century, Pope Gregory IX labeled cats, especially black cats, as agents of evil, which led to the suffering of many cats during the witch hunts of the Middle Ages. In Iranian Zoroastrian myths, cats were believed to be creatures of evil spirits and were considered symbols of betrayal. In Japanese culture, cats were also considered sacred creatures, such as bakaneko, which could turn into an evil demon if it committed terrible acts, like drinking blood. Bakaneko could transform into a nekomata, a terrifying creature with multiple tails that had the power to throw fireballs. Comparing domestic cats with large wild cats may not be entirely unreasonable, but they share many similarities. We chose the same name for both the home sultans and the jungle sultans, cat. Do you think these two really resemble each other? It doesn't matter how big they are. Every cat loves a box. Catnip is a famous behavior that all of us humans love to watch, and fortunately, every cat on Earth does it. All cats sleep the same amount, typically between 16 and 20 hours a day. There is a legend among cats, and it represents the ultimate goal for every cat. Any cat that achieves it earns great respect within the feline community. It is none other than catching the red dot. Licking is common among all felines, and they have another reason for it besides cleanliness: to ensure their prey cannot smell them. Cats also rub, scratch, and bite in different places to mark their territory. Cats can make up to 10 different sounds. With a special muscular structure and exceptional balance, cats can go anywhere they please. They often seek higher places to monitor their territory and observe their prey. Even if your domestic cat primarily eats from a bowl, its natural instinct is to climb to the top of the bookshelf and keep an eye on everything from there. Strange behaviors of cats and the story of their fear of cucumbers. They may see us humans as ignorant predators who trick us every day. This behavior can be a sign of their feeling of superiority over us. One of the strangest topics that many people wonder about is whether cats hate anyone or anything. While cats do not experience complex human emotions such as hate, they can show that they are upset with certain people. This can happen for various reasons, the most important of which are past negative experiences and any damage done to them. Cats are curious and clever creatures, naturally sensitive to visual stimuli and highly attentive to their surroundings. This behavior is a survival trait that helps them identify potential threats and stay prepared in advance. Looking around is one of the favorite pastimes of cats. But what is the story of cats being afraid of cucumbers? Most of us have seen videos showing how a cat gets startled the moment it sees a cucumber. One of the most common theories is that cats are not actually afraid of cucumbers, but rather of their unexpected presence. For example, when a cat is eating and not paying attention to its surroundings, the sudden appearance of a cucumber can startle them. We humans are also shocked when we suddenly notice someone behind us. Another strong theory is that cucumbers induce an instinctive fear of snakes. The long green shape of the cucumber resembles a snake, which evokes a strong and instinctive fear in cats. Tell us how you feel about cats. Do you love them, or are you afraid of them?